Feeling some relief? Me too, kind of. But I argue there are 3 lessons that we must learn to avoid being here again this way. Lesson 1, declaring victory because we just got bombed and nobody died, that is proof of no strategy. Take a listen.
The American people should be extremely grateful and happy. No Americans were harmed in last night's attack by the Iranian regime.
He seems more nervous than when he was talking about that he had to attack. Now, thank God nobody was hurt. But this shouldn't be about getting lucky. Trump, as we just saw, while inclined to avoid conflict supposedly, nevertheless was convinced, at least in part with suggestions of how he would look, not only to put more troops back into danger, but to kill a powerful general in a sovereign nation, and he hasn't explained why. Congress has to put duty before party. This is their power to give, not watch. Do we really want to repeat this process and hope the enemy just misses again? Is that about caring about our troops and our safety? Be clear, Congress has the power to declare war. The president, except in an emergency, is supposed to have congressional authority or at least buy-in. He has yet to prove it was an emergency. Lesson 2, President Trump has to own what he does. He read something to you that was likely written by someone else today, but it was also certainly not true. Listen to this.
Iran's hostilities substantially increased after the foolish Iran nuclear deal was signed in 2013, and they were given $150 billion, not to mention $1.8 billion in cash. The missiles fired last night at us and our allies were paid for with the funds made available by the last administration.
He doesn't know that, and he misled you about the money by some $90 billion. But you know what? Give it to him. Let's say we shouldn't have given back their money because they're bad people and they do bad things with money, often to try to hurt us. No matter. The money didn't get us here, and neither did the deal. The proximate cause wasn't the deal. It was Trump cutting the Iran deal loose. So there was no more control, and he burned our allies. And it's about Iran's bad acts, before and since. And the direct cause, let's be clear, was killing the general. Now, to hide from the above, he names Obama all the time, like 3 times a day. But here with Iran especially, this is about this president's decisions. All we know for sure is the decision about killing the general got us bombed and had nothing to do with Obama. Final lesson, we have to trust our institutions. If we verify their information, we should be able to rely on what our president and intel says as long as they offer proof. More importantly, we should be able to come together because we all bleed the same way if attacked. Crude, but true. But we can't. Why? President's a serial liar. He spent his entire presidency bashing the very intel agencies he now says are great and we must trust without proof. He won't even follow the rules that he demanded when convenient. Show proof. Forget about confidential. Forget about classified. Put it out there. It matters. But not now. He kept warning. We kept warning that these self-serving attacks of his on truth and the institutions would come back to bite him, and now it has. And he's got a lot of people in Congress and the country not behind what he did, not for good reason, but because they don't have any reason, but they have good reason not to trust him and why he did it. So that's the problem. How do we fix it? I argue Congress has to put country before party, at least when it comes to what may get us killed. Stop defending the president for lying and deceiving. If you can't say that you would say what he said, then say it's wrong. And stop saying we live in a post-fact society. No, we don't. Facts are facts. There have always been facts. Thank God there will always be facts. Now, what you do with them is a separate question. Lastly, let the past few days be a reminder. My brothers and sisters, we are all in this together. You know you felt it last night. Our troops are in harm's way, left, right, or reasonable. If something happens here, God forbid, in the aftermath of all this, and you better believe it's likely, whoever gets hit will bleed, no matter their politics. We are all susceptible to terror, and we are all capable of disagreeing without hating the opposition. We have real enemies. They're just not members of the opposing party. We were reminded of that last night. You know you felt it. Please don't forget it.